I request Sri Rasik Shekhar Das Adhikari to make his Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of Sri Sachinandan Gauhari.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, Shivasya Shri Vishnuriyaiha Gunanamadi Sakalam Dya Binnam Pashat Sakalu Harinamai Mritakara. So we know there is no difference between Shri Krishna's name and his gun. So his Shivasya, his auspicious name, auspicious quality. So we can understand by associated meaning, this also goes for his Parikar, for his Lila, for his Dham. They are one Advaya Gyan Paratatma, one indivisible reality. So it's very necessary to deliberate on Lila Tattva, Dham Tattva. So when we consider the Prakat Lila of Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari, we see that there is a sequence. And we can see that in the beginning, he's a naughty boy. Then he becomes a proud scholar and he has his Vidya Vilas, educational pastimes. Then when he takes Diksha, then he becomes Bhavuk Nimai, filled with devotion. And he becomes Trinada Pisunichana, more humble than a blade of grass. And then when the feelings of separation in Madhurya Ras, they manifest, then he felt that he could not relish fully. So he left and he accepted sannyas. And so then, even then, he went in Jagannath Puri, and even then it was not enough. So with the pretext of finding his brother Vishwarup, he went to search for Sadhu Sangha. And he heard from Ramananda Roy, beautiful sweet Harikatha, and he realized more jewels of the love between Radha and Krishna. So then he, in the last 12 years of his Prakat Lila, he was absorbed day and night. Radhikara Bhavayaiche Uddhava Darshane Sei Bhave Mata Prabhu Rahera Tridine. He was absorbed in the feelings of separation of Radharani at that time when she received the message from Uddhava, and going deep in this bhav. So we can see there is a sequence, and so in the beginning he has no bhav, then bhav is coming, and then deeply, more deeply. So one person can think, even because we see that then in Jagannath Puri he manifests some ecstatic symptoms that he never manifested before. Sometimes his joints, they were becoming separated by 6 or 12 inches, so his body became very long. Sometimes in the opposite, his joints were retracting, so he was looking like a tortoise with eyes rolling and crying and foam coming out of his mouth. So these ecstatic symptoms, so incredible, he never had in Navadvipa. So one person may conclude that then Jagannath Puri is superior to Navadvip Dham. So which one is superior? So we can see that for Vaishnavas, when they live in the holy Dham, they develop their sambandha with the holy Dham. So each Vaishnava thinks the holy Dham in which I live is the best, and we don't want to interfere with this, because it is also said, Visheshollasa Ratir Vasanaya Swadvi Basate Kapi Yatotharam Asau Swadha Visheshollasa Ratir Vasanaya Swadvi Basate Kapi Kasyachit. That even though we can say from an objective perspective that the rasas, each rasa, like Dasya rasa is higher than Shanta rasa, and Sakya rasa is higher than Dasya, Vatsalya is higher than Sakya, and Madhurya is the best. It's the one which gives more happiness to Krishna. But still, one devotee was asking, why then not everybody just gravitating towards Madhurya Ras, because each one have taste in its own rasa due to their vasana, their spiritual samskaras. They have taste in their own way of serving Sri Krishna. So in the same, we can see similarly, the Vaishnavas who live in a dham, they have a particular sambandha with the dham. They think this dham is the best, and we don't want to interfere with this. But we could see from a objective perspective that from a Tatastha Vichar, that it is said, Vrindavanam parityaja sa kvachin naiva gacchati, that Shri Krishna in Dwarka is Purnatama. He's Purna. But Shri Krishna in Mathura, he's Purnatama. And Shri Krishna in Vrindavan, he's Purnataram. He's even more complete. Purnatara and Purnatama. Sorry. So we can see that Shri Krishna, he is Swayam Bhagavan. So Paravaresho Mahadam Sayukto, all the other expansions are inside him. So his dham is supreme, and all the other dhams are included in Vrindavan. But we cannot say that Braj is included in those dhams. So in the same way, Navadvipa is non-different from Vrindavan. And we can see that also Srimati Radharani, she is Purna Shakti. So if Krishna never goes out of Vrindavan, and Radharani is his Purna Shakti, they are always together in Vrindavan, then when Shri Krishna lives in Mathura, who is that Radha? Is it the same Radha? So our Acharyas have explained that Srimati Radharani in Vrindavan, she is eternally with Krishna, she is Kirtida Putri, and she is the supreme, original Shakti. And then when Krishna goes to Mathura, the Radharani who is in separation, there is an expansion, is Viyogini Radha. And when Radharani meets with Krishna in Kurukshetra, this is Samyogini Radha. They are expansions of the original Radharani. So we can see that in the same way, Navadvip Dham is not different from Vrindavan. So it's supreme. All the dhams are included in Navadvip Dham. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going in Jagannath Puri, sometimes he is relishing during the Ratha Yatra the mood of Samyogini Radha. And in the Gambhira, he is relishing Madhura Viraha, he is relishing the mood of Viyogini Radha. But we cannot say that in Navadvip he is actually relishing less. Because in the Aprakat Lila, he's in the mood of Kirtida Putri, which includes all the other moods as well. So if a person is not really mature in their realization, they can say, no, Jagannath Puri is supreme, Navadvip is not so important. But also, if a person is not mature, they can say, no, Navadvip is supreme, Jagannath Puri is not so important. But actually they are all wrong, because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, sectarianism is the enemy of the truth. So if we have a proud sectarian spirit, this is actually the enemy of the truth. So Vaishnav, he is Sajjan Toshani, means he can reconcile everything. So nothing is left out, nothing is superfluous. Everything is part of the Advaya Gyan Paratattva. Everything has a special role. And I just wanted to say that the associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Advaita Acharya, and he is the divine synthetic personality. So he is the personality who can synthesize everything and help us to reconcile and realize this Advaya Gyan Paratattva, this transcendental truth. So we can see that we can see that when Shri Krishna appears in this world, he becomes like a chef. So like a chef, he's making a preparation, and first you put ghee, then when you boil the ghee, then you put some spices, and each spice have to be put in an exact sequence. Then you can put dal, then you put another ingredient. So each ingredient have to go in an exact time. So in the same way, when Krishna manifests this Prakat Lila, there is a mixture of Nitya Lila and Naimitik Lila. So we can see that in this Prakat Lila, there are some things that are not visible in the Aprakat Lila. For example, Gamana Gaman, because Shri Krishna is going to Mathura, is going to Dwarka, then he's coming back in Lohavan after killing Dandavakra. So we can see that Krishna is going out from Vrindavan and then coming back, Gamana Gaman. Also, we can see the Janma Lila. But Janma Lila is not going on in the Aprakat Lila. Why? Because Krishna, he is Gopa Veshu, Venukara, Nava Kishore, Natavara. He's eternally Kishore. So he's not, there is no Jio Shamalala, Jio Shamalala, Gokula me ayo Nandalala. No, it's not happening. So how we can reconcile? Huh? And also there is not the marriage of the gopis with the other gop. And there is not the killing of demons, because there are no demons in the spiritual sky. There are no Baddha Jivas in the spiritual sky. So it looks like in the Prakat Lila there is something more. But also this cannot be accepted, because the Aprakat Lila is the origin. The Nitya Lila is the origin of this. So how can there be something more in this Prakat Lila? So how to reconcile this? If Shri Krishna has no Janma, how can Mother Yashoda have a Naravat pastime? How can Mother Yashoda love him as her own child who came from her womb? Arin Samanya Tatmaja. She came from her own womb. So they have Lokik Sambandhu Vatsambandha, this very intense relationship. How can there be? So we know we have a personality in this material world made by our material samskaras. But this is a distorted reflection of the original reality, in which they also have personalities. They also have nitya samskaras, spiritual impressions. So Shri Yashoda Maya, she think, oh yes, I remember when Krishna was born and we had a great celebration. So in Bhav, this reality is there. And when the Prakat Lila manifests, it becomes visible to the eyes of everyone. So in the same way, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan in the Nitya Lila, but there is Anishta Sankini Pandu Hridayani Bhavantihi. This is a verse by Kalidas in the Abhigyan Shakuntala. It says, when there is love, very strong love, then there is a feeling that it's too good to be true. Something might happen and spoil everything. And we can make an example like when you have a small son or daughter and they go to school, every day they come back at 4 p.m. Then one day, 4:30, 5 p.m., 5:30, and then you start to think that the most terrible thing happened. Huh? Or so in the same way in the Nitya Lila in Vrindavan, Radha and Krishna, they are always together, but even only Krishna is left in the forest for half an hour and the gopis can feel anxiety. Oh, what happened? Where is Krishna? And not only that, but even we hear that the blinking of the eye becomes intolerable for the gopis, because they cannot see Krishna even for a second, for a fraction of a second. This, for them, subjectively, they experience this as million of years. So what could happen is this million of years? So they have the feeling that, oh, Krishna left. Krishna went, Akrura came, and Krishna went away. So Krishna left us. So this is there, present as a bhav. And when the Prakat Lila manifests, it becomes visible for everyone to see. So in this way, we can reconcile between Jagannath Puri and Navadvipa. There is no competition. It's all part of reality, because even though in the Nitya Lila, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always in Navadvip. He never takes sannyas, but the associates have this feeling that, oh, what will happen if Mahaprabhu will leave us? Maybe he will take sannyas, he will go away. And this is manifested here. So we heard yesterday from our Gurudev how Mahaprabhu was threatening his devotees, saying, oh, if you continue to come with these material problems, I will just go away to Alarnath. So there is this
Dvitiya sannyas.
Dvitya sannyas.
Because he used to go every year. Yes, he used to go every year to Alarnath during the Anavasara when there's no darshan of Jagannath. There's Snan Yatra, then no darshan for 15 days, 2 weeks before the Rath Yatra. So that is, he left all of his Navadvipa associates to come to Puri, but then during Anavasara, he left all the Puri associates also. So that is like a Dvitiya sannyas.
So in this way, even though in the Nitya Lila this is not happening, the bhav is there, because this is, and also we can see that this is the nature of Prem, that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Prem manifests, then he goes in the mood that hanata pranadhana aham ahamora pranadhana muralivadan kahan pan Shri Rajendra Nandan. He's thinking, oh, where is Krishna? Krishna appeared for a moment and then I lost him. And so he's diving in this mood of separation. So when this separation becomes very intense, even a devotee can realize that the Nitya Lila of Mahaprabhu is in Navadvip, but the Naimetic Lila, it's not something, we should not think that is just happening here in this material world and there is not in the spiritual sky, because actually there is also happening, but inside as a bhav, and here is manifested outside. So one devotee can actually go in Svarasiki Lila, Upasana, realizing the Svarasiki Lila of Mahaprabhu in Navadvip, in Nitya Navadvip Dham, and he can realize the Mantramayi Upasana of Mahaprabhu in various different locations of Jagannath Puri. But what happens that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Gambhir, for example, or in the Ashokavatika, and he goes deep in this mood of separation, then he is experiencing the Nitya Lila of Radha and Krishna. Because actually separation is the doorway for Raganuga Bhakti. So we heard that Ragamarga Bhakti Loke, Kurite Pracharan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very mercifully is showing to us this very intense mood of separation. And actually without them, there is no possibility for us to realize the Nitya Lila. There is no possibility for us to enter in Ragamarg. So this pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Bhajan Lila also. He is teaching by his own example how to do bhajan. And so by hearing the Harikatha of the separation of Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, then it will become possible for us to actually enter into Ragamarg. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving this Ragamarg, but he will not give to three type of persons: Balkapatata, Prem Kapatata, and Balkapati, Prem Kapati, and Dhan Kapati. So Balkapati means those who have strength, they have health, but they don't use it in seva. Also, especially those who, there is a kirtan and they stay like this. They don't dance in the kirtan. They don't sing in the kirtan. They don't use their strength, physical strength, to engage in seva. This is Bhalkapati. Then the Prem Kapati are those who, Dan Kapati are those who, they have wealth, they have some money, or they have some material resources, and they don't use it for the service of Shri Guru, Vaishnavas, Shri Krishna. So this is Dhan Kapati. They have the hypocrisy, the Kapati, the duplicity of Dhan. And then Prem Kapati means those who are pretending that they have love. They are trying to make a show that, oh, I love so much Shri Guru, I love so much Krishna, I love so much, but actually they don't have. They are only making a show. But also on the other hand, those who don't have it, but they don't cry for it. They don't feel regret, repentance for it. So when I heard about this, I was thinking, but yes, I don't have love, but I also have no regret. What can I do? So I went to Shri Gurudev and I asked, and Shri Gurudev said, actually, love is not an artificial feeling. You cannot just say, "Oh, Gurudev, I love you so much." Actually, love, real love, is not even expressed by words. The only thing we can do is try to engage as much as we can in the service of Sri Guru, in the service of Vaishnavas, and only by this, gradually, we will be blessed with this love. And also when we receive the mercy, then the regret is coming, the anutap, the repentance is coming. It cannot come artificially just by our mental concoction, by our mental effort. We have to be engaged in seva. So bhaktirya tha haro mesti tad varishta guro yadi mamasti tena satyana sandarshayatu me hari. Only this verse is saying of Krishna, if I have more faith in my guru than to you, then reveal yourself. And at once Shri Krishna revealed himself. So there is a very beautiful story that about our Param Gurudev, Nitya Lila Praishtam Vishnupad Ashtadrasada Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. He went preaching and he was in the shore of the ocean and he saw a dog which was there and always looking to the ocean. Sometimes when a boat will come, then this dog will stand up and just look the boat and follow it for some times and then coming back. And he was just staying there. So Shiranara Maharaj asked, why this dog is doing this? And the local people of the town, they said, this dog is actually, one day his master went on a boat and he never came back. So this dog was just staying there and he could not go anywhere else. And these people of the town, they tried to, he was abandoned there, and the people of the town, they tried to offer him food, they tried to bring him inside a home to give them shelter, but he did not want. He only wanted to wait for his master. So then Shiranara Maharaj Goswami said, if a dog can feel this for his master, then what to say about a devotee who gave his own life to serve his Gurudev, and he had no other shelter. Everything he had, he gave in the service of Sri Guru. Then of course he will feel the same separation from his Guru when he will be deprived of the association of his Guru. And then Shri Krishna cannot give to him anything, any opulence of this material world. This devotee will not accept because he wants only the association of his Guru back. So Krishna will have only one way to satisfy him, which is to reveal himself. So we see that only through separation we can actually realize Shri Krishna and the absolute truth. And this separation is actually the highest form of Ananda. So we pray in this way to our Gurudev and through Sachinandan Gaura Hari that we may also be blessed by him to enter in this path of Raganuga Bhakti and give our own life for the service of Shri Guru. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasya.
Very good. Deep Siddhanta. Navadvipa is not in Puri Dham, but Puri Dham is in Navadvipa. Where? Sardanga. Yes. In Simanta Dweep, Sardanga. Kurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikait Dale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah. If you consider Vrindavan, here in Vrindavan, in Braj, there are Dwadashaban, 12 forests, and Dwadashupavan, 12 sub-forests, and Vanam Chopavanam Sarvam Sri Vrindavana Vrindavanam Stitam Kodikrita Navadvipe Krishna Lila Susiddhe. all of the 12 forests of Braja are embraced in the lap of Navadvipa Dham. And whatever desire was not fulfilled by Radha and Krishna in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan everything became fulfilled in Navadvipa Dham in Gaura Lila. So Krishna Lila Susiddhaye, Krishna Lila is Siddha perfect, but became Susiddh in Navadvipa. If we see Jagannath Puri Dham, there we don't find that all 12 forests are there. And the 12 Upavans. Mahaprabhu is really realizing Vrindavan Lila in Puri. Bana deki Brahma hoy, ei Vrindavan, shala deki mana hoy, ei Govardhan, yahan nadi deki taha moni kalindi, Mahaprema Bishi Prabhu, nachi pori kandi. If Mahaprabhu saw a forest, he thought this is Vrindavan, by Brahm, by mistake. It does not say, Dharmera Swarups Puri Be Nayone Hoibo Radhara Dasi. Does not say that the Swarup of Jagannath Puri manifested its real form of Vrindavan. It said by mistake. Mahaprabhu took this as Vrindavan. When he saw Chatak Parvat, he's thinking it's Govardhan. Does not say that Govardhan, that it was Govardhan, it manifests to him like this. So one can realize Vrindavan in Puri if one takes shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By his mercy, that is experiencing that Dham in the wake of his bhav. But otherwise, you should know that Jagannath Puri is the prakash of Dwarka. Because Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra are there. Subhadra was not born during the Vrindavan Leela. Even. She's a daughter of Vasudeva and Devaki who was born later. In Braj, Nanda and Yashoda are there. In Puri, where is Nanda and Yashoda? In Navadvipa, Yashoda is there, Sachimata. Nanda Maharaj is there, Jagannath Maharaj. Where is Nanda and Yashoda in Puri? Acha, Kanai Kuntiya. And what is it? Jagannath Mahiti. Two male associates of Gauranga Mahaprabhu at the time of Janmastami, then they dressed up as Nanda and Yashoda. And Mahaprabhu went and he gave Dandavat Pranam to them like his mother and father. But Sachimatra is Yashoda Maya. And she does not go to Puri. So we see that Dwarka is on the just off the west coast of Bharat. So that is the original Dwarka, and the expansion, the prakash of that is Jagannath Puri. But Puri has the additional speciality that Mahaprabhu went there and he performed his Naimitic Leela there. And his Mantramaya Upasana Leela is going on there. But his Astakali Leela is going on in Navadvipa. In Puri, Mahaprabhu's arms have become very long. When he fell into the ocean, when by mistake he thought the ocean was Jamuna. Sometimes he was in Kurma Roop. So these types of extraordinary sattvic bhavs, they are not Naravat, they are not human-like. So there's some Aishwarya there. What is Madhurya? Maha Aishwaryasya Jotane Va Ajotane Cha Naravat Lilatva An Atikramam Madhuryam. In Raghavatma Chandrika, the definition of Madhurya, sweet pastimes, is that the pastime does not transgress the limits of the human behavior. So Krishna, he will kill Putana, but not with the chakra, just sucking like a baby. So opulence is there because it's no baby can kill Putana. She can kill babies, but still babies cannot kill. So opulence is there, but he does not transgress the limitations of human behavior. But these sattvic bhavs in Puri, we can see there's some opulence there. This sattvic bhav is actually manifested by Radhika. Radhikara bhava jaiche udava darshane se bhave mat prabhu rahe ratri dine. When Uddhav brought the messages from Krishna, then Radhika became mad in separation. But our Goswamis, Shukadev Goswami has not mentioned it in Bhagavatam. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they have not mentioned anything. It's too painful. But Jiva Goswami has hinted at it in Gopal Champu. So those extraordinary sattvic bhavs are Radhika sattvic bhavs, and Mahaprabhu experienced those in his last 12 years when he was Radhikara Bhava Dyaite Uddhava Darshane Se Bhave Mata Prabhu Rahe Ratri Dine. So, but we don't see in Navadvipa Dham that Mahaprabhu has done such things. So the measurement of the greatness of a Dham is proportionate to the madhurya, the sweetness, not the opulence. Understand? So because Navadvipa is more sweet, and though there's more opulence there, but it's covered more than, there's actually more opulence in Vrindavan than all of Vaikuntha and Mathura and Dwarka put together. So in the same way, there's more opulence in Navadvip than every other place. More than Srirangam, Vaikuntha. But it is covered. The people there don't see it. In Jagannath Puri, everyone honors Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Lord. They all know. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya knows. He saw Sadgur's roof. Prataparudra Maharaj knows. Everyone knows. But in Navadvip, Nimayavnadya, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Mahaprabhu manifests so much opulence. This is part of the Prakat Lila. So, in the Nitya Navadvip, there is also sweetness and logic sadbhana, but natural relationship. And even if Mahaprabhu will manifest this opulence, anusandan abhav, they will not investigate it. It will not cause the sankoch. That means the contraction of their love. So, you know that Narahari Sarkar, he's very intimate associate of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, of Navadvip. Now, he's not a Puri associate, actually. He's Navadvip associate. And he is a follower of Gadadhar Pandit. So he belongs to Parshad, the Antaranga Parikars, the internal associates. Following the mood of Gadadhar Pandit, that means following the mood of Radhika. Actually, he is an incarnation of Sakhi of Radhika, Mati Sakhi. So, he has written so many beautiful kirtans. Gaurang naita tabiki hoita kemoni daritam de. If Gauranga Mahaprabhu had not appeared in this world, how could I stay alive? Only Mahaprabhu has revealed the vast extent of the prem of Srimati Radhika. The sweetness of the forest of Vrindavan. And if Mahaprabhu had not appeared, no one would know how to enter into Braja and follow in the footsteps of Braja Gopis. Jai Sisi Guru Karanga Gandhavakari Sisi Radha Shamsundar Juki Jai. So, separation, the bhava of separation, will be experienced in proportion to prem. Who has more love feels more separation. And therefore, the separation from Gauranga Mahaprabhu of the Navadvipa Bhasis, like Narahari Sakar, it is incomparable. One other point, this katha that you have told today, I am very pleased. Good, you have noted everything of the katha that I told in Saradanga. But you missed out one main point. What is that? In the stages of prem, sneha, man, pranaya, rag, anurag, bhav, mahabhav, rudabhav, then either there is an experience of meeting, that is the sambhog rasa, or there's an experience of separation, vipralamba rasa. And whether the experience of meeting and the experience of separation, it may take place in actual physical proximity or physical distance. It's not the same. Radha Krishna may be together, but feeling separation, prem vaititya. So they have yoga, that means physical proximity, but the rasa is vipralamba. Or they may be far away from each other, but they experience meeting, sambhog rasa. Even Samriddhiman sambhog. When Radharani was in Navavrindavan in Dwarka and she saw the vigraha of Krishna made by Vishwakarma, she thought it was Krishna, and Radhika experienced the Samriddhiman sambhog rasa. Fully flourishing meeting, Krishna wasn't even there. So the rasa of meeting and the rasa of separation can function sometimes in conjunction with proximity and in conjunction with separation, or independently of it also. It doesn't depend on that. But anyway, in all of the stages of the sthayi bhav, then either there's the feeling of meeting or the feeling of separation in a sequence, one after another. But when adhiruddha bhav comes, then there's a full experience of meeting and full experience of separation at the same time. Meeting is like tasting, and separation is like hunger. So when you taste something, you have hunger and eating in a sequence. Because you are hungry and then you eat. And as you eat, the hunger goes down and it's gone. It's impossible to have eating and hunger not going down at the same time. But Adiruddha Bhav is like that, full meeting feeling and full separation feeling, same time. And therefore, because the taste of food is proportional to the hunger, the more hungry you are, the more relishable it is. And therefore, the relishment of meeting is maximum due to the maximum feeling of separation at the same time. That is the speciality of Adiruddha Bhav. And therefore, it is not like, there's this thing called meeting and this thing called separation. Only in Radharani's group, gopis experience Adiruddha Bhav. When both are at the same time. And therefore, separation is integral part of meeting. Once the Prem goes to that Adiruddha stage, it's integral, intrinsic to meeting, even. And the meeting is intrinsic to separation as well. So just as Krishna has his Nitya and Naimitic Leelas, but the Naimitic Leelas are above of the Nitya Leela. So in Navadvipa Dham, actually, that is his Mahaprabhu's Nitya Leela, and Puri is his Naimitic Leela, in which separation is prominent. But the Naimitic Leela is above of the Nitya Leela. And just as Krishna's Prakat Leela is above of his Aprakat Leela. And therefore, everything becomes reconciled. So don't make a separation. Puri is great, or Navadvipa is great, this one is better, no, that one is better. No, there should be the realization of Advaita, Advaya Gyan Tattva, where everything has its perfect place, reconciled in the complete realization of reality. But only those who are in Gopi Bhav, no, even the gopis, only those who are in Radhika's group, they can realize it. Understand? Only those who are in Radhika's group can realize it. So who is in Radhika's group? Narahari Sakar. When Mahaprabhu, he left Navadvipa, he accepted sannyas. But after being in Puri for some time, he came back to Navadvipa. He was trying to go to Vrindavan, and he came to Navadvipa. At that time, he wanted to hide in the house of Vidya Vachaspati in Koladvip. And Vidya Vachaspati tried to hide him, but somehow then you cannot hide the sun, so the news spread here and there. Thousands of devotees came to see him. And they're all chanting outside the house of Vidya Vachaspati. So Mahaprabhu was very moved hearing the crying of the residents of Navadvipa, and he came outside, Haribol, and gave darshan to everyone, gave pranams. And Mahaprabhu danced in kirtan with everyone. So Narahari Sakar was there. He said, Gopinam kuchikunkamena nitichambasa kimasyaruna nindat kanchana kanti rasa rasikasle shena gauram vapu tasam gada karabi bandhana vasollo lo mudgamo drishate astaryam saki pasya lampata guru sannyasi vesankshito. The meaning is this: there are many cheaters in this world. There are many cheaters. This is the world of cheaters and cheated. But of all the cheaters, then Gauranga is the biggest cheater. Who is saying? Narahari Sakar. Why? Because Gopinam kuchikunkamena nichitam Vasa kimasharunam. Look at this sannyasi. Why is his cloth arun color? Vasa kimasharunam. Like a pinkish, like the rising sun in the morning. Why? Because gopinam kuch kunkamena nichitam vasa kimasharunam. Because Braj gopis, they decorate their bodies, they decorate their chest with kumkum, with vermilion, and it's red. So because his cloth is completely smeared with the kumkum from Braja gopis' breasts, therefore he is wearing this arun color cloth. What kind of sannyasi is this? Nindat kanchana kanti rasa rasikasle shena gauram bapu. And his body has become golden. He is not actually golden. Anta Krishna Bahi Gaura. He is Krishna inside, but outside he's become golden. Why? Nindat Kanchana Kanti Rasa Rasikasle Shena Gauram Bapu. He is the golden complexion. Just its presence is insulting to molten gold. Molten gold feels insulted in the presence of his complexion. Because this is the Varna, this is the color of Mahabhav. Rasa Rasikas Leshena. Rasa Rasika means who are the relishers of Prema Rasa. Braj Gopis. They are most rasik. So, because this cheetah, that is Krishna, he's being embraced by thousands and thousands of beautiful golden rasik Braj Gopis, so now he became golden himself. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is not just Krishna or just Radhika. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is not just Radha and Krishna even. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is the murti, the embodiment of the deepest embrace of Radha and Krishna. And all the other thousands and millions of Braj Gopis, they're Radhika's Kaya Vyuha. Mahabhav Chintamani Radhara Surup. Lalitari Saki Tarak Kaya Vyuha Roop. So Krishna has been embraced by Radhika so deeply. And that includes also thousands and thousands of Rasik Gopis also. Are all embracing Krishna at the same time. This is Gaura Swarup. And so he became golden. And Tasam Gada Karabi Bandana. Someone may say, no. Why are you making this accusation about him? No, Tasam Gada Karabi Bandana. I can see, look, it's clearly visible that his hairs are standing on end. His body is trembling. He has all sattvic bhavs. Why? Because Krishna is being embraced by so many Rasik Gopis. Just see from his sattvic bhavs. So Astaryam, Sakhi, oh Sakhi, how astonishing it is. Narahari Sarkar is speaking in the mood of Madhumati Sakhi. Understand? Speaking to in the mood, in his gopi group, speaking to another gopi. Astaryams, O Sakhi, how amazing it is that Pasya, look at him. Lampata Guru, he is the guru of all lampats, of all cheaters, of all debauchees. Debauchee means a irreligious person. If someone will have relation with another man's wife, then this is quite against Dharma. But if he'll have a relation with the wives of thousands and thousands of others, then he is a great lampot. He's a debauchee. But this person, he is the lampot guru. He is the guru of all lampots. Lampot means having uncontrollable greed. Like someone who's a glutton, they can't stop eating. They eat 10 pizzas and then 5 gallons of ice cream. They're jiva lampot, the lampot of the tongue. So Krishna is rasa lampot. He is the greedy to relish rasa all the time. So Narahari is saying, Astaryam Saki Pasya Lampata Guru Sam Sannyasi Vaishankshito. Just see that Krishna, who is the guru of all lampats, who is the guru of all cheaters, now he did his supreme cheating. By what? Sannyasi Vaishankshito. He is pretending to be a sannyasi. But he cannot fool us. We know why his cloth is saffron. And we know why his complexion is golden. And we know why his hairs are standing on end. In this way, Narahari Sakra is criticizing Krishna. Because being Madhumati Saki, being a follower of Radharani, you have to understand, the heroines are of the 3 main types: Dhira, Adhira and Dhira Dhira. So Chandravali is Dhira. She's sober. So if Krishna will do something anishta, what does anishta mean?
Unfavorable.
Yes, displeasing, unpleasant for her, undesired. Ishta means what is desired, anishta. So then, and Krishna will come. Chandravali will see him coming and stand up and offer him a seat respectfully and smile. She may smile even more than when she's pleased with him, when she's displeased with him. And speak very sweetly. And Krishna will embrace and she will embrace back. But like, Krishna, oh, I'm amazed. I don't know how it happened, but I received your embrace and felt no happiness. Why? Because inside she's in man. She's upset with him. But outwardly she's dhira. Because she's dhira, that means sober. She doesn't get excited and emotional outwardly. She stays calm, dhira, patient. And the other end of the scale is adhir. So Lalita is adhir. The heroine who is adhir, if Krishna will do something wrong, she will verbally chastise and abuse him. And she can take the karnutpal, the lotus from her ear, and beat him with it. If Krishna will come, I have made a garland for you. She will take the garland and tie him up with it. So she can become physically also somewhat aggressive within the limitations of rasa. It is not the hitting with the flower and throwing a plate is not the same thing. Understand? So within the prema rasa, she can be somewhat aggressive. And who is in the middle? That is Madhya. Madhya Nayaka. Like Radharani. She will not physically do anything. But she also cannot hide the feeling. So what will manifest? Vakrukti. Crooked words. Solund vakya, some sarcasm. So, because Narahari Sakara is upset that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has left Navadvipa, he cannot be aggressive and he also cannot tolerate. So what comes out? Vakrukti. Understand? Because he has a lokik sadbandhu but sambandha with Mahaprabhu. He's not saying, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratisha. Oh, you are actually Krishna, but you have a golden complexion because you came to mercifully distribute Krishna Prem. So, Namo Mahavadanya, you are so merciful. My pranams to you. No. Astaryam Sakipasya Lampata Guru Sanyasi. Just see this cheetah. He is the guru of all cheetahs. And now he's taken sannyas. What is this sannyas? And this is sweetness of Navadvipa Dham. And by these charming words, he's upset. Or you can say she, because Madhumati is upset and speaking crooked words in this way. But in this, the Gaura Tattva is also revealed. Siddhanta of Gaura. Rasa is not independent of Siddhanta. The Siddhanta is there, hidden in Rasa also. So this is Gaura Tattva. Gaura Tattva ki jai. Gaur Premanande.